God says, "Beware, I am saving you from a man." When you hear the name, you will be shocked. Listen to me now. Child, stop scrolling. You are not here by accident. There is something I, the Lord your God, need you to hear, and I need you to hear it now. Do not skip this. Do not walk away. If you turn your ears away from what I'm about to say, you may miss the very warning that saves your heart, your purpose, and even your future. You asked me for a sign. You asked me to speak. Now I am speaking. This is my voice, reaching into your moment to pull you out before you fall too deep. Comment, Amen, if your heart is open to my words. You must hear me now. I'm not just giving you comfort today, I am giving you protection. There is someone, a man, who has been sent into your life not to bless you, but to break you. You have been asking, Lord, is this person from you? I am answering you now. No, he is not. I have been placing signs around you. I have been stirring your spirit in the quiet. I have been speaking in the way he treats you, in the way peace leaves your chest when he enters the room. That is not love. That is a warning. When I said beware, I meant it. Because this is not just about disappointment. This is not just about wasted time. This is about your destiny. This is about your soul. The enemy has dressed this man in charm. He has covered him in words that sound right, look right, feel right. But underneath, he is a distraction, a delay, a device of the enemy to drain your spirit, to detour your anointing, to dim the light I placed inside you. Listen to me, child. I have been trying to save you. You have seen it. You have felt it. The way your peace slips away. The way your joy feels stolen. The way you question your worth after speaking to him. These are not accidents. These are not your flaws. These are signs. My spirit has been grieving in you because your spirit is wrestling with a counterfeit. He came looking like a blessing, but he is not. He is a barrier. He is not sent. He is permitted for a moment to reveal what you are willing to choose over what I promised. Comment 1111 if you believe I am warning you for a reason. You have cried late into the night, asking me why things feel so confusing, why it feels like one moment you're seen and the next you're invisible, one day cherished, the next dismissed. That is not my design for you. I am not the author of confusion. I do not send love that drains. I do not send people who leave your soul empty and your future foggy. You know this in your heart. You knew it the first time I whispered, "This is not it." But still, I see your heart. I see why you stayed. You stayed because you wanted to believe, because your heart is soft, because you thought you could fix him, because you hoped he would change. You stayed because you saw the potential. But child, I did not call you to live off potential. I called you to live in purpose. And your purpose cannot grow in soil that poisons your roots. I am speaking now, loudly, because I have been patient. I have watched you ache. I have watched you hold your breath waiting for affection, for consistency, for him to finally see you the way I see you. But he cannot, because he was never meant to. He was not made to carry your heart. He was sent to test it. You may think you are losing someone important, but child, you are not losing a gift. You are being rescued from a burden. You are being pulled from a trap. The moment you walk away from what I did not send, you make room for what I ordained. There is beauty ahead of you, but you cannot reach it while clinging to the one who dims your light. Let go. This is not about anger. This is not about hate. This is about healing, about obedience, about trusting that when I say no, it's not rejection, it's redirection. I close doors not to punish you, but to protect you. If you could see what I see, you would run. If you could feel what I feel when he speaks to you with empty care, with selfish love, you would never look back. The name I will show you in time, and when I do, you will be shocked. Because it may be someone you least expect, someone you thought was safe, someone who walked into your life during a vulnerable time. But I do not speak without purpose, and I do not ask you to release without preparing to restore. Trust me, I know this is hard. I know it hurts, but pain is not always punishment. Sometimes pain is the breaking of chains, the cracking of walls that kept you from knowing what true peace feels like. I will not let you settle for something that is beneath your worth. You are my child, you are chosen, you are covered, and I will not stay silent while your heart is handled carelessly. Comment 222 if you trust that I am fighting for your peace. You may wonder, why now, God? Because this is the season of your breakthrough. Because this is the moment I am shifting things in your life. Because what you are carrying is too heavy for the journey ahead, and I am lightening your load. You cannot run while carrying dead weight. You cannot fly while tied to broken promises. Listen to me. I am not just saving you from heartbreak. I am saving your calling. I am saving your future marriage. I am saving your children from being raised in confusion. I am saving your soul from being entangled in a life that I never wrote for you. This is deeper than love. This is war, and I am fighting for you. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Stay close to me. When it gets quiet, stay. When the tears fall, stay. When you miss the voice that wasn't meant for your ears, stay. Stay with me. I will fill every empty space. I will rewrite every broken hope. I will breathe joy where sorrow once lived. But I need your yes, not just in the easy, but in the letting go. Like this video if your heart needed this word today. This is not just a warning. It is a wake-up call. You are not alone in this. My angels are surrounding you. My hand is upon you. I am clearing your path and silencing the voices that tried to confuse you. Watch how peace floods back in when you release what was never yours to hold. You will sleep better, you will smile deeper, you will worship freer, because freedom always follows obedience. But I will not let you ignore what I am uncovering. I will not let you keep clinging to something that was never meant to carry you. I love you too much to let you fall asleep in a fire. Comment 333 to declare your faith in my voice over your feelings. You have been surviving, not thriving. You've been carrying conversations that leave you empty, holding on to promises that were never kept. I have watched you lower your standards in the name of love. I have watched you compromise your peace just to feel wanted. But I am stepping in now, not because you are weak, but because you are mine. And I do not leave my children to suffer in silence. Let me ask you, do you remember the last time you truly felt joy with him? I'm not talking about the fake laughs, the moments when you tried to convince yourself it was getting better. I'm talking about deep soul peace, the kind that doesn't come and go. You don't remember, do you? Because that's not where joy lives, that's where fear has been living. That's where anxiety keeps knocking. That's where your spirit keeps whispering, this isn't it. And I have whispered too. In the quiet. In the middle of the night, when you stare at the ceiling. In the moment after he says something that crushes your heart, but you smile anyway. I whispered then. I said, daughter, son, this is not love. This is not protection. This is not my promise. I am not angry with you. I know why you stayed. You wanted to be patient. You wanted to love like I love. You thought maybe if you prayed harder, stayed longer, forgave more, things would turn around. But child, there is a difference between having grace and tolerating abuse, between loving someone and losing yourself. I never asked you to carry the weight of fixing a heart that refuses to change. He has shown you who he is. Believe it. Stop rewriting what I have revealed. Stop turning red flags into projects. Stop calling pain a lesson when I've already shown you the exit. I said beware, not because I wanted to scare you, but because I wanted to protect you. That man, the one I am saving you from, carries a spirit that is not of me. His intentions are not aligned with your destiny. His love is not built on my word, it's built on convenience, control, and confusion. Do you know what real love does? It brings clarity. It brings calm. It brings courage. Real love reminds you of who you are in me. Real love does not make you question your worth, your value, your beauty, or your purpose. Real love builds. It doesn't break. It lifts. It doesn't bury. It nurtures. It does not manipulate. You keep saying, but what if I'm wrong? And I am telling you now you are not. That uneasiness you feel, that tightness in your chest, that heaviness in your soul, that is discernment. That is my spirit within you saying, let go before you lose more. You don't need more proof. You need more trust. Trust in my voice. Trust in your value. Trust that what I remove I always replace with better. Comment 555 if you believe I'm replacing your pain with peace. I know letting go is hard. I know it's painful to walk away from someone you prayed for, but sometimes what you prayed for is not what I planned. Sometimes I allow you to meet someone so that you can learn what to never settle for again. Sometimes I let people enter your life not to stay, but to show you what doesn't belong. You are not losing your blessing. You are making space for it. I want to give you more. I want to bring someone into your life who reflects my love, not competes with it. Someone who prays with you, not plays with your heart. Someone who doesn't run from growth, but leans into it. But I cannot do that while your arms are full of what I asked you to release. And listen, I know what you're thinking, but he's not always bad. I hear your heart making excuses. I hear your soul bargaining. But partial peace is not real peace. A few kind words between long days of neglect is not love. Flowers after disrespect is not redemption. Promises without change is not transformation. I am the God who restores, the God who rebuilds. But I do not rebuild what was never meant to be a foundation. I do not bless what I did not send. And child, I did not send this. You've wasted enough time trying to prove your worth to someone who refuses to see it. Now I am reminding you of it. You are worthy of consistency, of compassion, of clarity. You are worthy of being chosen without begging, of being loved without pain. You are worthy because I made you in my image, because I call you mine. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed. A 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now, you can reverse it. Say these 9 words and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. So don't run back to what broke you just because you're afraid of being alone. I am with you. I will fill the silence. I will hold you in the waiting. I will walk with you through the healing. There is no shame in choosing yourself. There is no guilt in obeying my voice. There is only freedom. You prayed for a sign. You asked for direction. This is it. This is your moment. I'm pulling you out before the damage deepens. I'm lifting the veil. I'm showing you the truth. You've had enough confusion. Now it's time for clarity. Enough heartbreak. Now it's time for healing. Child, I did not bring you this far to watch you break under the weight of a man who was never meant to walk beside you. You are about to rise. You are about to be restored. You are about to be redirected into something better than you've dared to imagine. But first, you must let go, fully, completely, without turning back. Stay close to me. Hold tight to my word. I will not leave you empty. I will not leave you lonely. I am preparing something new, something beautiful, something holy, and that matters. Because what I'm doing in you right now is not just about today, it's about your future. It's about your freedom. It's about pulling you from the trap before it becomes a prison. I told you I am saving you from a man, and I meant that. But you must understand something deeper now. I'm not just pulling you away from a person. I'm pulling you away from a pattern, a cycle, a chain that's been on your bloodline far too long. You are not the first one in your family who trusted the wrong man, but I'm making sure you are the last. You are the one I've chosen to break this curse. This is bigger than your feelings. This is spiritual. This is warfare. The enemy has tried to enter through relationships in your life for years. He's used people who looked like love, but carried the spirit of distraction. He's used false affection to slowly chip away at your confidence, your clarity, your closeness with me. But I am shutting that door now. I am shutting it with finality, and I'm asking you to let it stay shut. Do not romanticize what I'm trying to remove. Do not rewrite history to protect your loneliness. You prayed for truth, not comfort. You prayed for real love, not temporary attention. And I am answering that prayer by exposing what can't go with you into your next season. Comment 1212 if you believe I am bringing you into something new. You see, you can't carry the weight of old wounds into a new chapter. You can't carry his brokenness like it's your responsibility to heal. I already sent my son to heal the broken. That's not your job. You are not a savior. You are a daughter, a son. And I called you to love people, but not at the cost of your peace, not at the cost of your purpose. You kept giving chances, hoping he'd change. You kept praying he'd turn his heart toward me. And child, I saw that. I honored your compassion. I saw your loyalty, your sincerity. But now I am saying, enough. Because while you were trying to fix him, he was breaking you. And I never asked for that trade. I give love that builds, not love that breaks. I give peace that anchors, not tension that drains. I give people who reflect my heart, not manipulate your emotions. He may have had potential, but potential is not purpose. Potential without submission to me will always become poison in the end. You have to stop confusing patience with bondage. You are not waiting on him to become someone better. You are being delayed. You are not helping him grow. You are being drained while he refuses to grow. My child, stop planting in soil I've already cursed. Stop watering a connection I've already dried up. You keep hoping for fruit from a tree I never planted. And yes, I know, the thought of letting go makes your chest tight. I know it feels like failure. But it's not failure to walk away from someone who was never assigned to you. It's wisdom, it's strength, it's the kind of faith that moves mountains. Because you're not just leaving behind a person. You are leaving behind every lie you started to believe because of him. The lie that you're too much, the lie that you're not enough, the lie that love has to hurt to be real, the lie that you should settle for survival and call it companionship. Let those lies burn now, because I'm planting something new. In the ashes of this pain, I will grow something holy. And not just any love, my kind of love. My kind of love doesn't make you second-guess your value. It doesn't confuse your spirit. It doesn't keep you waiting for consistency that never comes. I am the Lord your God, and I do not give halfway blessings. I do not call you into relationships where you are constantly bleeding, constantly begging, constantly bending just to be seen. That is not my design. That is not my will. That is not your portion. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You were not made to feel small in someone else's world. You were made to stand tall in the truth of who I created you to be. Comment 777 if you trust that I am restoring your worth. Let me speak this clearly. That man cannot go where I'm taking you. You may have built dreams around him. You may have imagined a future with him. But I am rewriting that future now without the chaos, without the confusion, without the pain. You asked for breakthrough. Here it is. You asked for peace. This is how it starts. It starts with obedience. It starts with surrender. It starts with trusting that I see what you cannot. You may not understand it fully now, but one day you will thank me for this. One day you will look back and see how I saved you not just from heartbreak, but from a completely different life that would have taken you further from me. And when that day comes, you will be standing beside someone who honors your soul, someone who doesn't make you question your worth, someone who holds your heart with care because he first surrendered his to me. But right now, the focus is not on finding him. The focus is on finding you again, the you that doesn't settle, the you that doesn't shrink, the you that walks boldly into the life I designed, free, whole, and chosen. So stay close to me. Come back to me every time the memories try to lie to you. Every time you start to second-guess your decision, let me remind you why I said beware. Let me remind you what I'm saving you from. This is not a punishment. This is a rescue. And I only rescue those I love. I love you enough to disappoint your emotions in order to protect your soul. When you remove something that attached itself to your soul, something you thought was love, it's going to sting. But pain isn't always a sign that you're doing something wrong. Sometimes, pain is proof that healing is beginning. And this pain you feel right now is not the end. It's the doorway I'm using to bring you back to life. You've been numb for a while. You've been pretending, smiling on the outside while your spirit quietly crumbled inside. But I never created you to live like that. I didn't place you on this earth to survive relationships built on lies, confusion, and spiritual emptiness. That man may have touched your hand, but he never reached your soul. He may have said the right things, but his actions told another story, and your soul heard it all. And now I am calling you to stop ignoring the truth I keep revealing. You asked me for a sign. You begged me to tell you clearly. I'm speaking now, louder than ever before. Do not go back. Do not revisit what I have closed. That door has a lock on it for a reason. You prayed for peace, this is how it begins. You prayed for purpose, this is the path. You prayed for clarity, this is what it looks like. Letting go of someone who doesn't reflect my love is not a loss. It is a rescue. It is mercy. Comment 999 if you know I'm setting you free from what you never should have carried. And I need you to hear this closely. The enemy is going to try and convince you you're making a mistake. He'll use your loneliness. He'll use your memories. He'll whisper, but what if he changes? What if it gets better? My child, Don't you know that confusion is not from me? I do not speak in circles. I do not leave you doubting my direction. That inner turmoil, that unrest, those are signs. Those are the echoes of my spirit saying, leave before you lose more. You are not here to carry someone's refusal to grow. You are not called to patch holes in a sinking ship that I already told you to leave. You are not created to pour your soul into someone who only takes. You've done enough. You've stayed long enough. You've given, prayed, forgave, and waited. And now, I am giving you permission to walk away with your head held high, because I'm not just removing someone from your life. I'm restoring the version of you that got lost in the process. Do you remember who you were before the confusion? Before the sleepless nights? Before the second guessing and the shame? That person still exists. That light still burns in you. And I'm fanning that flame right now. You will rise from this. You will smile again. You will look back at this moment not with regret but with gratitude. Because the man I'm saving you from isn't just wrong for you. He was robbing you of the space where your real blessing was meant to land. If I didn't take him out, you would have missed what's coming next. This is what trust looks like, letting go when it doesn't make sense yet, obeying when your heart still aches, believing that I am good even when I ask you to surrender the one thing you thought you needed. You don't need him. You need me. You need my presence, my peace, my power. And when you let me fill those empty spaces, you'll find a love deeper than anything you've experienced. I am not just enough. I am more than enough. Let me be your comfort tonight. Let me sit with you in the quiet. Let me hold your tears in my hands. I am not far away from your pain. I am in it with you. I'm the one who's been holding your heart, keeping you from breaking completely. You've cried, but you're still standing. That's because I held you when no one else knew you were falling apart. And I'll keep holding you until you're strong enough to see what's on the other side of this. Comment 1010 if you believe I'm walking with you through this valley. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. Positioned for better, positioned for healing. Positioned for real, lasting, heaven-sent love. The kind that reflects my heart. The kind that brings peace, not pressure. Joy, not judgment. Presence, not pretending. But before that love finds you, I'm working on you. I'm healing your insecurities. I'm lifting the weight of rejection. I'm showing you your beauty again, not the surface kind, but the kind that radiates from your soul when you finally believe you are worthy. Because you are. You are worthy of a love that sees you clearly and stays anyway. You are worthy of words that build you up instead of break you down. You are worthy of being pursued, chosen, cherished, not tolerated. And that kind of love doesn't come from the man I just pulled you away from. That kind of love begins with me. Let me show you how to love yourself the way I do. You don't have to rush. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to fear what's ahead. I am already there. I go before you. I protect what's mine. And you, child, are mine. This season of release is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of something sacred. Your heart is not ruined. Your future is not delayed. Your promise is not cancelled. It's all still in motion. You're just being realigned. So breathe. Let me be your peace. Don't look back. What I have ahead of you is worth every tear you've cried. Stay in step with me. Keep your eyes on me. And I will lead you into everything I promised you. That choice alone moves my heart. Because while others may have walked away from you, I never have. I never will. I am still speaking. And I need you to understand this with all your heart. You are not being delayed, you are being delivered. I'm not just removing someone from your life. I'm delivering you from what was draining your spirit, your time, and your purpose. You were created to flourish. You were designed to reflect my glory. But the pain you've been living in, the constant wondering if you're enough, that's not from me. That came from someone I never called to handle your heart. You may not realize it yet, but you've been surviving in a relationship where love had to be earned. That's not my love. You've been shrinking yourself, doubting your voice, and walking on emotional eggshells. That is not my way. I am love, and where I am there is peace, there is freedom, there is safety. And if what you've been feeling is fear, confusion, and instability, then know this: it was never me who brought that man into your life. It was the enemy who dressed a distraction in disguise. Comment 1515 if you believe I'm removing distractions to bring you into alignment. You've been blaming yourself for too long, thinking, maybe I wasn't patient enough, maybe I expected too much, maybe if I just loved harder, forgave faster, explained better. No, child, stop. This wasn't about you failing. This was about you learning to stop accepting less than what I created you for. You've done your part. You gave your heart, but now I'm giving you mine. Let me take the weight you've been carrying. Let me hold what's been holding you back. You don't need to carry the burden of someone else's refusal to grow. You don't need to wear guilt like it's your identity. I've already taken your shame. I've already taken your tears. Now I'm giving you grace. Now I'm giving you space to breathe again. He was not your safe place. I am. He was not your healer. I am. He was not your future. I am. And the more you release him, the more you'll begin to see the truth I've been trying to show you for so long. You were never hard to love. You were just giving your love to someone who never knew how to receive it. You were never too much. You were simply trying to grow in a place that couldn't contain the size of your calling, and I'm freeing you from that now. This is where healing begins. It won't be instant. Some nights will still sting. Some memories may still try to lie to you, but stay close to me. Let me speak louder than the noise. When the enemy whispers, "You'll never find better," I'll remind you, I already have something better prepared. When shame tries to creep in and say, "You failed," I'll say, "You obeyed." When loneliness tries to choke your joy, I'll fill you with a peace that doesn't depend on people. Because I'm not just protecting your heart, I'm rebuilding it. And what I rebuild, no man can tear down. Comment 1717 if you believe I'm building something stronger in your life. Now listen. You are not broken. Do not let this heartbreak make you believe you're less than whole. You are not empty. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. The enemy would love for you to sit in shame, to close your heart, to lock your hope away and say, "I'll never try again." But that is not your story. Your story is redemption. Your story is recovery. Your story is rising up, even with trembling hands, and saying, "God, I trust you again." And when you do that, heaven moves. Because you're not just walking away from a man. You're walking toward your healing, toward your purpose, toward your real blessing. And that takes courage, that takes strength, that takes faith that shakes the gates of hell. The enemy thought he had you trapped in that cycle forever. He thought you'd never walk away. He thought you'd keep quiet, keep shrinking, keep settling. But what he didn't know is that I was always working. I was always preparing a way of escape. I was always protecting your spirit when your heart was too tired to fight. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. I saw it all. I saw what happened behind closed doors. I saw the manipulation. I saw the silence used as control. I saw the way you begged for clarity and only got confusion. And I stepped in not to shame you, but to save you. You are not the same person you were when you first met him. You are wiser now, stronger now, closer to me now. And I will use even this pain for good. I will turn this loss into testimony. I will turn this detour into a divine setup. You will love again, but not like before. You will love with freedom, with joy, with peace, because it will be rooted in me. No more pretending, no more proving, no more giving to someone who only took. I am bringing you into a new season. And in this season, I am going to restore everything that man tried to take from you. Your confidence, your voice, your sense of worth, it's all coming back. And this time, it will not be shaken by anyone's lack of love. I am healing the parts of you he didn't know how to hold. I'm speaking life into the places he made you feel small. I'm filling the silence with a love that never leaves. And I'm calling you to trust me, not just with your past, but with your future. Stay close to me, child. You're walking through the valley, but you're not walking alone. I am with you. I am guiding you. And soon, you'll step into a place so full of peace, so full of purpose, that you'll look back and say, God, thank you for saving me. And that faith, even when it feels fragile, is moving you forward. You may not see it yet, but heaven is celebrating the steps you're taking, because obedience always creates space for miracles. I told you to beware. I told you I was saving you from a man. And now I'm showing you why. He was never just a bad decision. He was a spiritual distraction, sent to pull your heart away from me. Sent to weaken the fire I placed inside of you. Sent to fill your time, your emotions, your mind with noise so you couldn't hear my whisper. But I love you too much to let that continue. That's why I interrupted it. That's why it fell apart. That's why no matter how hard you tried to fix it, it kept slipping out of your hands. It wasn't rejection. It was protection. I allowed the ending to come not because I wanted to break your heart, but because I wanted to protect your calling. There is something I placed inside of you that is too important to be wasted on a connection that I never ordained. You are anointed. You carry purpose. You are part of a greater plan. And this man, this counterfeit, was not equipped to walk beside someone like you. He didn't see the weight of your calling because he was never meant to carry it. Comment Amen if you believe my protection is greater than your disappointment. Child, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to heal you. And healing doesn't always feel soft. Sometimes it feels like tearing, like stripping away layers you thought you needed, like saying goodbye to what once made you feel secure. But what I'm doing now is holy. I'm peeling back what was fake so I can reveal what's real. I'm pulling out the weeds so I can grow something pure. And while you may still grieve what could have been, I'm already preparing what will be. What I build in your life won't require you to compromise your peace. What I bring won't make you feel less than, or invisible, or silenced. It won't leave you feeling like you're too much or not enough. What I bring into your life will be aligned with my word, my heart, and my timing. But first, I need your full surrender. You've let him go in part, but I need you to release him completely. That means no more checking to see what he's doing, no more reopening conversations I've already closed, no more hoping he'll change after I've already spoken. My word is final, and when I say beware, it's not just a suggestion. It's a call to obedience, because your heart is too precious to risk again, and I have too much planned for you to keep going in circles. You're not just walking away from a man. You're walking away from an old version of yourself, the one who didn't know how loved you were, the one who thought she had to settle, the one who believed crumbs were the same as a feast. That version of you is gone now. You're not who you were when you first met him. Now you are stronger. Now you are wiser. Now you are becoming the woman, the man I created you to be. And in this becoming, you will look back one day with clarity, not confusion. You will say, God, I didn't understand it then, but I'm so glad you saved me. Comment 1111 if you believe your future will be better than your past. And yes, you will be loved again. You will be chosen. But not by someone who plays with your heart, not by someone who only shows up when it benefits them. I have someone prepared for you, not perfect, but surrendered. Not flawless, but filled with my spirit. Someone who doesn't just want your body or your time, but your soul. Someone who will love you through my lens. But more than that, I want you to fall in love with me again. Let this be the season where you return to your first love, where you open your Bible not just for answers, but for peace, where you pray not just for a spouse, but for a heart that's whole before anyone else enters it. Because the love you seek won't come from a man, it will come from me first. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. I want to be the one you run to, the one you cry to, the one you trust with your whole heart. Because I've never left. Even when you wandered, even when you chose others before me, I stayed. I stayed because you are mine. Because no matter how far you drift, my hand is still reaching for you. And now I'm drawing you back, not with shame, but with love. There's no condemnation here, just correction. There's no rejection here, just redirection. There's no wrath here, just a father pulling his child away from danger toward destiny. I know it's not easy. I know your heart still aches. But soon, that ache will turn to freedom. Soon, that pain will turn into praise. Soon, those tears will become the very testimony that someone else needs. Because I'm not just healing you for you, I'm healing you for others. You will help others see the difference between real love and manipulation. You will be the one who tells them, I almost stayed, but God saved me. You will be the one who tells them, I didn't feel strong enough, but I trusted God, and He carried me through. You will become a voice for the ones still stuck, a light for those still in darkness. Because I am making beauty from ashes, I am writing glory into the story the enemy tried to ruin. I know how many nights you've wondered if you were strong enough to truly let go. And still, here you are, holding on to me, taking one step at a time. That's faith. That's courage. That's the kind of heart I bless. You're not weak for feeling the loss. You're not wrong for missing what once was. But I need you to understand this deeply. I am not trying to take something good from you. I'm trying to give you something holy. You thought that relationship was a blessing, but I saw what you couldn't. I saw how it would have drained the light out of you. I saw how it would have dimmed your calling, silenced your voice, and clouded your identity. And because I love you too deeply, I couldn't stay silent any longer. That's why I said beware. That's why I placed a storm between you and him. Because if I hadn't, you would have stayed. You would have kept hoping, kept waiting, kept lowering your worth for someone who never knew how to honor it. I had to shake it. I had to strip it. I had to end it. And now I'm rebuilding you from the inside out. You've been questioning, was it really that serious? Was he really that wrong for me? Let me be clear, yes. He was never sent to walk beside you. He was not carrying the spirit I placed inside of you. That is why you always felt unsettled. That is why your soul never felt safe. That is why even your laughter came with an ache in your chest. Because your spirit knew what your heart couldn't accept. I was speaking, and now you're finally hearing me. Comment 222 if you trust that I'm opening your ears to truth, not lies. You've spent too long holding your breath in a connection that left you gasping for peace. That's not love, that's survival. You were trying to keep things together while slowly falling apart. You gave grace, again and again. You ignored your own needs to keep the peace. You stayed silent to avoid arguments. You made yourself smaller, hoping he'd love you more. But child, love does not demand you shrink. Love does not ask you to abandon yourself. Love does not come with confusion, fear, or conditions. My love never did. And the love I'm bringing into your life will reflect mine, not perfectly, but purely. The man I'm preparing for you will not make you feel like a burden. He will not play with your emotions. He will not leave you questioning your place in his life. He will pray with you, walk with you, choose you without games, not because you're perfect, but because he's surrendered. But before I bring him, I'm bringing you back to yourself. The real you. The one I formed in your mother's womb. The one I crowned with glory. The one I chose long before the heartbreak. I'm restoring your identity, not in what others think of you, but in who I say you are. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are whole. You are loved. You are mine. And I'm healing you, not just from what he did, but from what you believed because of him. The belief that you weren't enough. The belief that love means pain. The belief that peace was too much to ask for. Those are lies, and I am tearing them down. Comment 1212 if you believe I'm replacing every lie with truth. You've cried. I caught every tear. Not one of them has been wasted. I've been sitting with you in the silence, in the ache, in the private moments when no one else saw how hard you were fighting to stay strong. You never had to go through this alone. I've been right here, and I will continue to be here through every wave of grief, every wave of healing, every step forward. There will come a day, soon, when this won't hurt like it does now. There will come a day when you look back and see my hand in every detail. You'll see why I closed that door. You'll see how I protected you. You'll see how I loved you too much to let you stay stuck in something so much smaller than what I created you for, because I have plans for you. And they are good, not average, not second best, but good, overflowing, beautiful, free. But to get there, I need your surrender, full surrender, not partial, not temporary, not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I need all of you, because what I'm about to do in your life requires your full trust. I'm opening new doors. I'm bringing new peace. I'm drawing new strength from places you didn't know existed. You will laugh again. You will breathe without heaviness again. You will feel joy without guilt again. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted, and you won't have to question if it's from me, because when I move, there is no confusion, just clarity, just confirmation, just peace. So don't rush back to what I've already removed. Don't chase what I had to break so you could be free. Don't reopen doors I shut with purpose. If you could see what I'm protecting you from, you'd thank me instead of grieving. But child, I'm still here, still whispering, still calling you forward. I didn't bring you out of that pain just for you to return to it. What you left behind was not love, it was a distraction, a delay, a detour from everything I've prepared for you. It's time to stop giving energy to what I've already called you out of. You don't need to check if he's thinking about you. You don't need to look back and wonder if he regrets losing you. The answer doesn't matter. What matters is that I saw how you were hurting in silence, and I stepped in. I pulled you out not because you were failing, but because you were too precious to stay stuck in something that could never carry your destiny. You've asked me, but why now, Lord? Why not sooner? And I tell you, because now you are ready to see. Before, you weren't just fighting for him, you were fighting your own belief that maybe this was all you deserved. But I've been working on your heart, gently, patiently. And now, finally, your eyes are opening. You're starting to believe that maybe, just maybe, I've called you to more. You're right. I have. Comment 333 if your eyes are opening to the truth I've been showing you. You see, my timing isn't random. I let things fall apart when your strength became rooted in me. Not in the illusion of a future with him, not in the false comfort of his presence, but in me. Because when you're grounded in me, you don't go back to what broke you. You don't return to what drained you. You recognize that peace is worth protecting, even if it means walking away from what once felt familiar. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to miss him. Just don't let those feelings lead you back to what I've already rescued you from. Emotions come and go, but my word stands. My truth doesn't shift with your mood. I am steady. And I am still saying the same thing I said from the beginning. I'm saving you. From him, from the pain, from the cycle, from the weight you were never built to carry. You keep asking, but what if I never find someone else? Let me be clear, you don't need to find someone else. You need to find yourself again. You need to rediscover who you are, when you're not busy trying to earn love from someone who didn't know how to give it. You need to sit in my presence long enough to remember how I see you. Loved, seen, enough. Because when you know who you are, you won't tolerate anything less than what aligns with that truth. You won't settle for potential. You'll wait for fruit. You won't beg for attention. You'll walk in confidence. And when I bring the right person into your life, you'll recognize them not because they complete you, but because they complement the wholeness I've already restored. I know your heart is tired. I know you're still tempted to wonder if it could have worked out, but I'm asking you to trust me with what you cannot see yet. I'm asking you to trust that I'm a better author of your love story than you could ever be. That if I removed him, it's because I saw every chapter ahead and he didn't belong in them. Comment 555 if you believe I'm writing a better story than the one you thought you had to hold on to. Let me remind you what love really looks like. Love is patient, but it's also pure. Love doesn't manipulate. It doesn't withdraw to punish you. It doesn't use silence as a weapon. Love listens. Love speaks truth. Love covers you, not controls you. Love calls out the best in you. It doesn't silence your spirit. That is the kind of love I have for you. And it's the only kind of love I'll allow into your life moving forward. You may have settled in the past, but that doesn't mean you have to stay there. You may have tolerated dishonor before, but not anymore. This is a new season, a new chapter. And in this chapter, you will walk differently. You will think differently. You will speak differently. Not because you're bitter, but because you're better, stronger, wiser, covered in grace. This is what healing feels like. It's not always loud. It's not always immediate, but it's real. Every time you choose peace over panic, that's healing. Every time you choose to trust me instead of texting him, that's healing. Every time you turn your heart back to me in prayer instead of replaying old memories, that's healing. And I see every step. I honor every tear. I'm not rushing you. I'm not judging you. I'm just reminding you I'm still here, still guiding you, still speaking life into every place that felt dead. And what feels like an ending right now is actually the beginning of the most beautiful rebuilding. I'm restoring you from the inside out. I'm placing strength where there was once insecurity. I'm placing vision where there was once confusion. I'm placing peace where there was once chaos. And soon, you will look at yourself and not recognize who you've become, not because you've lost yourself, but because you've finally found who I made you to be. You are not what that man said you were. You are not the sum of his silence, his absence, his indecision. You are who I say you are, and I say you are chosen. I say you are worthy. I say you are ready to rise. So lift your head, wipe your tears. The past is behind you, and I am ahead of you. And I don't just promise to walk with you, I promise to lead you into something better than what you left. Something that will last, something that will honor me and heal you. Even when you wake up and your first thought is still him, I see you. I know how heavy it feels to let go of someone you once prayed to keep. But child, just because you loved him doesn't mean he was sent by me. And just because you hoped for him doesn't mean he was meant to stay. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There's nothing wrong with your love. There was nothing wrong with your loyalty. Don't turn your heart against yourself just because he couldn't value what you gave. What you offered came from a place of purity, of genuine hope, of deep belief. But now I'm asking you to offer that same love back to me. To turn what you once poured into him into worship, into surrender, into healing. Because your love was never the problem. It was just given to the wrong person. Comment 777 if you believe I'm teaching you how to give your love to what will truly last. You see, when I created you, I placed something sacred inside you, your heart, and I never meant for it to be mishandled. That's why it hurt so deeply. That's why you kept trying to understand him, to give him another chance, to believe the best. Because you weren't just trying to keep a relationship, you were trying to protect your heart from being broken again. But every time you ignored my whisper, every time you made excuses for what he did or didn't do, your heart bled a little more. But look at you now. Even with the pain, even with the doubt, even with the heaviness. You're still here. That means your heart didn't break beyond repair. It means grace carried you. It means I've been holding the pieces you thought were lost, and I'm putting them back together, not to make the same heart, but a stronger one. A heart that's whole, a heart that's guarded by wisdom, a heart that beats with truth. You were not foolish for loving him. You were faithful. But now, I'm asking you to be faithful to yourself, to my voice, to my plans, to the new thing I'm doing in your life. Because yes, I am doing a new thing. Even if you don't see it yet. Even if it still feels like loss. Even if your arms feel empty. I'm making space for something deeper. Something that won't come and go based on emotion. Something rooted in my spirit, not just in feelings. Something real. But I need you to keep moving forward. To not let the past define your future. To not let one broken relationship convince you that you're hard to love, or too much, or somehow behind. You're not behind. You're right on time. And every day you choose to trust me, instead of going back to what I broke off, is a day you're getting closer to the life I've prepared. Comment 999 if you believe your future is unfolding exactly as I designed it. And I know sometimes the quiet hurts. Sometimes the silence after the goodbye feels louder than the noise ever did. But in the silence, I'm speaking. In the stillness, I'm healing. I know you miss the companionship. I know your mind still replays the moments when things felt right. But remember, feeling right isn't the same as being right. And just because something felt familiar doesn't mean it was from me. There's a difference between peace and comfort. Comfort lets you settle. Peace sets you free. And what you were in it wasn't peace. It was emotional survival. It was hoping he'd change, waiting for love to look the way it should have from the start. That's not peace. That's pain dressed in potential. And I don't want you living like that anymore. I want you living free, waking up without the weight on your chest, speaking without fear of judgment, laughing without waiting for the next apology, loving without needing to fix the one who doesn't even see the cracks. I want you to rest, truly rest, in my presence, in my promises, in the truth that you are not behind, not broken, not forgotten. You are on a path I'm clearing with my own hands, and no man can block what I've already spoken over you. There will be joy again. There will be laughter in your home again. There will be a relationship that feels safe, sure, steady, because I will be at the center of it. And until that comes, let me be your steady place. Let me show you what love without conditions feels like. Let me teach you how to stop begging for what should be freely given, because you've begged enough, you've cried enough, you've questioned your worth enough. Now it's time to rise. This rising won't always be loud, it won't always feel powerful. Sometimes it'll look like choosing peace over one more argument. Sometimes it'll be deleting his number for the last time. Sometimes it'll be worshiping through the tears, whispering, God, I trust you, even when your heart still aches. That's how you rise. One choice at a time, one prayer at a time, one breath at a time, and I'm in every single one. I'm not leaving you to figure this out alone. I'm not watching from a distance. I'm right here, closer than the heartbreak, closer than the pain, closer than the memories. And I'm still writing your story, still preparing the chapter that will make all of this make sense.